Good morning, everybody. This is Pastor Patti with your check-in for Thursday, June 25th. I have to start by telling you we had an awesome kickoff to our vacation Bible school last evening. It was not our normal vacation Bible school, but we were able, thanks to Keith Kleindenst, Bobby Good, Sophie Billett, Miles Cook, Chris Fleming, Andrew and Vanessa Deal, Nikki Bream, and some other people that I know will be coming on here shortly for getting us off and running this year. We had the opportunity to put together VBS kits that parents have picked up and still can pick up. And we went online last night and did our own VBS. And I have to tell you, we've had some really positive feedback already. And we got an awesome picture of one of our little guys from church who last night just wanted to watch it. And he was laying on bed with his laptop watching VBS and participating. So that is so exciting. And if you want an opportunity as an adult to check it out, you can check us out on YouTube or on Facebook. So just had to give that shout out. Yesterday, one of the lessons or the lesson that we focused on in Vacation Bible School is so often thought of as, oh, that's a great kid story. You know, you learn that in Sunday school and that's good enough. But you know, those stories aren't just stories in the Bible for kids. They're stories for all of us. Yesterday, our children and probably the rest of this week are learning about King Nebuchadnezzar. Just learning his name's a handful, isn't it? And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, three young men who refused to worship an idol placed in front of them. They prayed to God to save them, and God did save them, but in his own time, which, you know, makes us reflect on ourselves as adults because it's more than just a kid's story. You know, how often in this world do we try to keep up with those around us? Or we look out into the world today and we see some of the comments that are being made and some of the actions that are being done, and they're at odds. They're against what Jesus has asked us to do, to go into the world and make disciples and to believe in him. You know, it's a different world we live in today. And it's changed so much drastically in the past few months that we need to be able to put our trust in God, which we always have, but we need to continue to do that. We need to be like those three young men. And you may not be physically in a fiery furnace, but we're certainly in a world that's fiery around us. And we just continue to lift up our prayers to God and ask him to guide us and ask him to remind us of our true faith in him. You know, some of the things that we need to realize as we're studying this scripture, and I gave you a Bible verse from John to look at, but I also gave you the text that you can go and read about the three men who were put in the fiery furnace because I think it's a good reminder. But you know, let's remind ourselves life isn't easy. We're always going to have a constant struggle, you know, in mind and body, and we can continue to rely on God and our faith. You know, the other thing we need to remind ourselves is God's in control, not us. And you know, it's still my reminder every day to pause and turn things back over to him and ask him for that guidance as we start to get out into the world more often now and we're getting busier and sports are picking up and we're traveling on vacations and things like that, remember to take time to pray. You know, yesterday I was waiting for some people to come to church and I just sat outside by the worship center on the little bench that's there and it was so peaceful and it was a perfect place to pray and to reflect and just have a few moments with God. It wasn't scheduled. Find those times in your life. And there's something else I want you to think about is I want you to remember that we're not alone. God, as we already said, is in control, but he's there with us through our struggles. And there are other people that are going through the same struggles as we are. If we just talk and share and use some of that genuine dialogue and listen to each other, it's so important to realize that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego went in that furnace together, and we're in this life together with other people. We're not perfect. We're all going to make mistakes, and we're probably going to make them more often than we would like to. At least for me, I can't speak for any of you. So I just encourage you to study that Bible story and keep supporting us here at Christ Lutheran Church. Another shout out to all of the VBS gang. Thank you for making this happen for our families. I hope you have an awesome Thursday, and I can't wait to check in with you tomorrow. Bye bye.